So there are several reports that you should be running to make sure that you have an understanding of how your business is doing. Thankfully, accounting software packages like QuickBooks allows running those reports to be fairly easy and pretty seamless. So most versions of QuickBooks is going to have this left navigation pane. You want to go ahead and navigate over to reports. Typically, QuickBooks is going to have these three reports you see here under favorites highlighted. Any report that you have tried and you like it, if you just click the green star beside it, it pops it up here under your favorites. But typically, accounts receivable aging summary, balance sheet, and profit and loss will always be there. The first report we're going to talk about is your profit and loss. Again, once you navigate to the report section, it'll be here under favorites. Click it, and now you have your report. It's going to default typically for this year. If you need to run it for last year, very simple. You go to the top header of the page where it says report period. You can do the drop down and change it to whatever time period you'd like. So it's assuming that you're going to run this for last year. So now you change the date to last year and you can hit run report. In this case, this report doesn't have any information for last year, so we're going to go back to this year. And you can also break down this year report into months. It says display columns by. You have choices. You can do it by months, by quarters. For some reason, if you need it by weeks or days, those are options as well. Finally, if you want to be able to compare how your business is doing in this period versus the next, you can do that as well. So for example, let's change this to make it easier for you. We're going to go back and do it for last month for this report and run. So we have some data here. And I'm going to go over to where it says compare another period. I'm going to select previous period, which will be the previous month. And I want to know the percent change. So what I'm basically saying, I want to see how my business did in September compared to how it did in August. Once I've checked the box, I hit run report. And there you are. So you can see in this case for our sample company, design income in September was 30% higher than it was in August. You go down and so on. So that's how you run a profit and loss statement. The other report that you're going to run on a regular basis will be your balance sheet. Your balance sheet is basically just housing a location of a report that's going to show you where your assets are, what your liabilities, and any equity you have in the business. This report, you can compare it to a previous year or previous time period, but I will say that the balance sheet is a snapshot of your business at a given moment. And it also assumes that you've already gone in and put in accepted all of your transactions. So any report that you run in QuickBooks is only going to be as good as the data that you've put into the software. So this balance sheet as of October 19th, 2021 shows that this particular company has bank accounts totaling $2,000. They're owed accounts receivable for $5,200. They have some other assets over here, and they also have a fixed asset of a truck. If we go down to the liability section, you have accounts payable, you have credit cards listed, then you have down here other current liabilities like taxes payable, payroll payable, loans payable. Long-term liabilities are things that are going to be due over several years. In this case, they have a note. And then finally, your equity section, which shows the money you've put in the business, the money you've taken out of the business, and also your net income over time. Good luck with running reports, because this is really going to be how you're going to get a lot of information for your business.